Keith, here's what you're going to bring up today, and I'm going to joke about with you. Are you ready?
Oh, okay.
All right. 007. We're going to leave that to the end because that's where the spoilers are. So you could listen up until the last 5 minutes if you haven't watched that movie. We did pretty good on that one. What
That's
else?
polite. That's very polite.
There's a Gigi and a Zane doing something very terrible with their in-laws. We talked about that. What else? Facebook changed its name to, you know what? No spoilers. Let me let you listen to the show. It's pretty exciting. And basically a 7-Eleven guy saved my life. I don't think we're exaggerating. Let's get to the show. Here we go.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda?
Yes.
A man was sitting in his backyard in England when an airplane dropped raw toilet waste on him.
Why is that a button you can press on an airplane?
Right.
Why do you need, I mean, you have to assume it's an emergency. It's not an oopsie button. You have to assume, right? It's not like, oh, I meant to flush this toilet. Instead, I flushed the airplane. You got it.
Do they do this all the time then?
I don't know. You hear about it here and again. Like people have these experiences. Also, how much waste is that? Like that knocks you out, right?
The massive aerial dump splattered.
You just wanted to say those words.
Yes. Splattered the unfortunate guy's garden and patio furniture with brown goo in Windsor en route to Heathrow Airport in London. The local lawmaker said it's not the first sky-high surprise in the area.
I love what we're calling it. A surprise, brown goo. Like there aren't words for exactly what's happening.
Like 60 tons of shit falls on me. I think I'd look at Kyle and go, I get it. And I'd pack my bags and leave.
Oh, yeah. To where though?
You can't see your partner covered in shit and then go on with your life together.
Was he the only victim of this? Or
it says a man was sitting in his backyard in England when an airplane dropped raw shit on him. So you hope he's alone and he can live his life with nobody knowing.
What's the first move? You know what I mean? Because some stuff got dumped on you. Of course, right away, you know, you're like, don't open your mouth. Hopefully it's not too late.
Don't open your mouth. Don't cry, because if there's anything dry, keep it dry.
Oh, fuck. How do you, and that's, I don't know. Is it worth it? You know how, we just had a poll on another show where would you rather drink your own urine? By the way, if you're new listening to this, I promise this is not a theme of the show of any kind. And we started with this. So hang tight. There's like way more fun. So we're talking about Slurpees later. I'm sure of it. Hold on.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good either.
Not Sniffies, Slurpees.
Oh, okay.
So where was I? Somewhere gross. Oh yeah. Would you rather drink your own pee or drink toilet water? And obviously the toilet water is clean. It's just, you know,
it's standard.
It's in the toilet. Nothing happened to it yet. And it was 50-50.
Crazy.
Right? Yeah. So what's the poll on this?
You know what? I'm going to start picking sides for things because someone out there is thinking, yeah, you would obviously drink your own urine. So let them think I'm on that side. We could just all admit if you're on the other side, that's nuts. That's nuts.
But what would you rather for this? Because I believe when shit gets dumped on your house from above,
yes,
you get a settlement of some sort, right?
If you don't, then I guess your choices are: would you rather live another day or die immediately? I got Kyle goes on the subway, sees old orange juice, and goes, "Would you eat it for $1 million?" What do you think would happen if tons of dump landed on her? There's not enough money in the world. You want to talk about a settlement,
especially since it was a surprise. I feel like that's worse because my mouth could have been opened by accident. You know, like if I'm ready, I can at least pretend to have some control over the situation.
You know, it'd be funny if the pilot is a sniffies.com member and he saw that this guy on that map, which by the way, again, you could say, yes, you want to give your location or no, you don't want to give your location. And then they send you a picture of your house no matter what. And you're part of the Sniffies community. A guy's coming over in about 45 minutes over here. But picture the airplane pilot's like, oh, your picture on Sniffy's toilet seat coming up.
Again, like, what is the reason to dump an airplane full of shit over a residency? I mean, what can you dump it over? I don't know.
It would, right. Is water okay?
A farm? I don't know. They manure. Maybe it's
Right.
helpful. I don't know.
Jesus. It would take me too long to figure out it's from an airplane.
Mm.
I wouldn't even,
What would you think it was from? God?
who knows? It's raining shit. I don't know. Hasn't it rained frogs before? I don't know. But
you check the calendar if it's April Fool's. Like, this is not cool, guys.
Right. Is this a joke? Did you throw it from over my house?
If this is a joke, can the person telling the joke admit they're not funny and quit comedy if they're in it?
There's no time for conversation.
Yeah, because you can't open your mouth.
I can't talk.
Yeah.
No, you should own an airplane after that. They give you an airplane.
Yeah, and a driver, and I don't know.
That'd be some PTSD.
Yeah.
And then anytime you're on an airplane, you feel like you got to say something to the stewardess. Hey, while we're up here, don't be dropping shit on people's houses, okay? Okay, sir. We'll try not to shit in people's backyards, sir.
There's a button that says, do not press under any circumstances.
Right.
Some kid got a hold of it.
Now, that needs one of those 2 turnkey systems. 2 people across the room. Okay, we're dropping shit. You have to verify with ground control.
Was there like too many shits on the plane? Like nobody can go to the bathroom until we let some of it go? It reached capacity somehow.
It was a long flight.
There's a pilot out there and like a flight attendant out there, and even a mechanic out there just going like, you ignorant fucks. Yeah. Obviously this and this happened. Yeah, but somebody still got shit on their house. So.
It's 2021. Somebody was lounging in their backyard and shit just fell all over them. You don't know what you're doing. And this is egregious.
And you know what's funny? We have some outdoor space here in New York City. You, me, and it's very, very rare. But when I walk outside and I see people having balconies and outdoor spaces, no one's ever using them, no matter what time of day. And this is quite the lesson. You're using your space. You're like, let me live in the now. Let me take some time for me. And then literal shit gets dumped on you. And for those who were brought up like with religion / guilt, what can you be thinking you did wrong? Like, God knows what I did, and this is what I get.
If I made a political point on social media, I would think it was the guy that I just yelled at. Like, how the fuck?
Yeah, it's very powerful, that button.
Speaking of polls, the poll for the last show was, what were you like at 17? When we talked to new guest Mary Jo Peel. She was 17 years old, working at a 7-Eleven, got robbed. The rules were call the owner, not the police. She's a kid. She goes, okay. Calls a manager. The manager says, why are you waking me up? Only idiots are up at this time. And then she comes down with the cops, this manager. I think it was a she, and said, okay, we got your statement. Bye. Everybody leaves her alone by herself. And she's like, yeah, I guess I have to finish my shift, even though I was just robbed with what I believe is a gun under a shirt.
This is an overnight shift. So the robbery happened at 2 a.m. I imagine by the time everybody left, it's 3 or 4 a.m. And she's like, okay, I'm going to finish my shift.
And when you were 17, audience member, would you have finished your 7-Eleven shift? I would have finished my shift when I was 17. It says 83%. I probably would have too. Or I would have insisted I need the rest of the night off like I'm a goddamn human being. 17%.
And I know that I'm going to hit that first button. I absolutely would have stayed. I just kept doing what I was told. Like, no, I promised I would be here until 6 a.m. And I guess that includes if I get robbed at gunpoint and scared out of my mind. All the adults leave and I continue a shift. Right. But I hate that that's what I would do. And I would hope that that's not what I do now. Although in my adult life, I remember I guest bartended. I was 33, 34, something like that. And the guy who ran the place, he might have even owned the place. I'm behind the bar My shift hasn't really started. We're still like learning a little bit. It was like within the first half hour. He squeezes my ass.
Yeah, and let me be clear what guest bartender means. If there's confusion, Kenda's a celebrity in this bar story, and they say, "Hey, you'll be behind the bar, and all your friends will come, and we get that money, and that's fun for you." And Kenda's like, "Okay, I'll do it." And the guys, picture how he must be treating you if you really work there. It's a 1 day thing. You think you're not going to say anything? You know what she does for a living. You know why you have her there.
Right. And I'm a grown adult, and this is before the Me Too movement, although there were other movements before then going
Right.
like, hey, people, if someone squeezes your butt, you probably can walk away. Probably. I'm still saying probably. So here I am going like, I said it on the Keith and the Girl show. I was going to be there. People are expecting me. This job is expecting me. And I was like, I guess sometimes your ass gets pinched. And I stayed.
That's this business, right? I came in here. I don't start telling them how to rearrange the liquor bottles, and apparently you get your ass grabbed. Okay.
It sucks so bad, telling this story. And for those who have been listening over the years, have heard me get stronger in my words and in my actions, and do a little bit more of what's best for me. And still, you can look back and go, this guy. And, the people working there were like, yeah, that's what he's like. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's what men are like. You just do like all this math where it's like, am I going to be the one that blows up my evening and everybody else's evening because of this guy? And you put the blame on yourself, and you're like, let me just slide through the rest of this.
Right. So now picture you're 17. Of course, you're going to listen to what the person has to say. Right.
Right.
And they knew to treat us like kids because we were, but also, don't let them think that they don't know how to do anything. Let them know they're just a busboy or just a waiter. And then
you think they would reinforce like, yeah, you're the novice here, so you don't know any better, and that's where my authority comes in.
I was probably 18 years old. I'm working as a waiter. It's night. I'm looking for the foil. The manager goes, "Oh, here it is." Tosses the foil over because these guys are kids too, but tosses the foil to me. I grab it. I grab it by the slicer part. Really tears my hand open, blood everywhere. He's smart enough to know to go, try to catch it better and walk away, because now I'm just a kid who assumes this is how the world works. At 18, let me tell you something. Kids being like, treat me like an adult. You're not. You're a kid. You can't help it. Your brain's wired to be like, probably should have caught it better.
Isn't that incredible?
They know that they're like, you've seen little kids fall on the ground. They only know to cry if you make it a big deal. That's what he knew. He's like, don't act like he sliced wrist is fucking important.
Holy shit. Oh my God. And like zero concern.
Zero concern, even though it's bleeding all over the place. I'm the mop boy too, so no problems there.
Oh no.
Dripping and cleaning.
Oh my God.
Always work ahead of yourself, Do
you think you needed stitches or anything? Or
Yeah, I needed something. I needed something.
A kiss on the boo-boo.
Yeah. How about shit. That would have been fine, but a Band-Aid would be better.
How about are you okay? Can I get you something?
Yeah.
Even water.
I won't tell anybody about your bad catch, Keith. Anyways, I'm going to go back in the office and sleep. Okay.
Wow. Isn't it funny that we don't recognize that? Like we have to learn to recognize that we more learn to go with it than against it.
I was a waiter for 15 years. And so I didn't know what regular jobs were like for the most part. I didn't know you could treat people like that. So you try to get them young, right? These managers, you get the kids young, like you don't have experience, you could be a waiter. Try to keep them there, and they never grow. I was an adult. I was in New York City being a waiter, and this manager is nervous because health inspectors come in, but she doesn't know what needs to be done. Our place was good enough. So she's like pushing me by the back of the neck, like into a coffee machine, into the fridge, like everything needs cleaned. Find something. I'm like, I guess this is what you do when you really want someone to do something. And then I'm a secretary in a regular office, and I'm like, oh, you ask people for things. Oh.
She took you by the collar like a dog. Do you know when people do that to dogs? when they shit on the carpet, they take the back of their neck and put it into the dog. And dog owners are cringing right now. And they go, no, no. That's what she's doing. She's grabbing you by the back of the neck and moving you around.
You know, I was just thinking about a woman that was in a abusive relationship. Very smart, like tough, jaded. She'll give you her, Louis C.K. Thoughts in 2 seconds, not worry about her comedy career. But at the same time, she was in emotionally abusive relationships, one of them at least physical. And I always wonder, how do you get these women right away? How do you, especially these ones that seem tough as nails, but then at the same time, here I am being dragged around, being like, well, we're not going to have a conversation about this. You did that, and there I am.
Isn't that funny? And if you make a quote big deal of it, you're a bitch. Yeah.
Oh, did I push you? Adult,
right.
You're fine. Are you okay?
And that's gaslighting.
Right.
Right there. You're like, oh, little baby is hurt, as if me, a woman, can move around a grown out. How tall are you? 6'2"? Okay.
Right.
Let's do you a favor and stop talking.
Right. Should we fight for charity? And when I'm beat up, Keith, your charity gets all the money because I don't think I could take you.
Oh, let me look at the back. Do you do black and blue marks? Is that okay?
Right.
Oh boy. Okay. You want a cookie? You want a little kiss on it?
By the way, that restaurant, maybe I did get a smiley cookie, that restaurant where I was cut myself with a foil, maybe, or I just took one on the way out. I forget.
I think that you at least had the whatever it is, the balls to like do something afterwards, like you didn't always respond. Like, I'm surprised that somebody took you by the back of the neck, but I think those are surprising to you. Like, I didn't know a woman can do that, or I don't know how to respond, maybe even specifically because it's a woman doing it to me. Like, if it was a guy, you'd probably punch him, Right. So there you are, like in this lost surprise world. So, but you did throw somebody's glasses or something in the garbage because they annoyed you. Like, you did that kind of stuff.
Not bigger than annoyed, but yes. I wonder, do abusers, do they try that? Like, they know what they're doing. They do it in private. So when they slap a woman, let's say, and the woman's like, what the fuck? Do they go, oh shit, I didn't know you didn't take this. Some people are so shocked they take it. I didn't know you didn't take it.
No, I think it always comes with what the fuck. And then it comes with immediate, they turn back to the knight in shining armor. Like, holy shit, I am the worst. This is not the kind of person that I want to be. And of all people to do it to you, the person who has been the nicest, most kind, most patient, I cannot believe that this is this person. I'm going to go put myself in the corner. I'm going to go do this to myself.
But it's a shame when you first start with it. When you start and you have to apologize, all that. Don't you get away with it in the beginning a little bit?
No, you right away go into that routine, I think. You
really?
Right away
That's exhausting. Not worth it.
No, that's not worth it. Are you sure? Because you get to hit a woman, Keith. You want to rethink about it?
It's not worth it.
Right. It is a lot of work for everybody, but I guess it's fun for them.
I will say this, though. If you recall, a 7-Eleven employee actually saved Kenda's life. I don't think I'm exaggerating. Right? Right? When your dad showed up, remember?
Oh, my God. Okay. So when I was about 17, same age, I was going to 7-Eleven like every day for a giant Slurpee. So my parents were very used to that. What I was also doing is if they went out, I knew that they'd be out until like 2 a.m. So I would take the car and make sure I'm back before 2 a.m. Sometimes it would be until 4, but you don't take those chances. And one time, maybe I took a wrong turn or something. I got home exactly at 2, which is too late. Come on. We all know.
Sure.
If you don't want to get caught, you give yourself some wiggle room. And just as I pull in, I see the garage closing, which means my parents just got home before me, which also means they saw the empty place where the car should be, which also means that for some reason, my mom goes straight to flipping out. Like, I don't know why. And I think this is more old school. I don't know if this still happens as much as it used to be. As soon as my mother didn't see us in the bed or in the right place, oh my God, where are my children?
Yeah.
Check all the hospitals. Obviously, somebody abducted her. And I'm like, what's more likely? I was abducted with my own car, or I'm an asshole and I went out for like 5 minutes or 5 hours. I don't know.
Parents are they can look at you like you're an idiot, but at the same time, they want to give you the benefit of the doubt day after day because they don't want to have a stupid child. Kyle gets nervous every day over her children, and I'm like, honey, they always come back. But what if today's the day and it's midnight and he's in the park and he's like, nobody wants your fucking kids. We're at those teenage years, okay? We barely want them. All right. Well, good luck. Good luck kidnapping one of these motherfuckers. I dare you. No, they come back. They always come back. Phone died.
Right.
They're back. Guess who's back? And now you're mad instead of even relieved because it's like you got suckered again.
And phone died of all things, as if you would ever live with a dead phone, as if you wouldn't find the 5 kids that are carrying chargers and bullshit with them. Get the fuck out of here that your phone is dead for 5 minutes and you're
If one sibling steals another sibling's charger, then the other one like comes into mom's room and is like, I need your charger. My phone's going to die. Really? Well, why couldn't you call me out? Oh, that's interesting. That's your passion because it's 2 a.m. and you couldn't figure out anything. But now there's chargers in sewers. There's plugs everywhere in this city.
Right. That reminds me of of something that I just lost. God damn it. Oh, yeah. Okay. I knew it would come back. Thank you. Okay. So years ago when I was visiting my parents in Israel, I had just people were just getting laptops. I was so excited. And I was on my computer a lot because I'm at my parents' house and either I watch Wheel of Fortune or I check my email again, Right. And my mom's like, wow, you're always on that thing. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I am. Me. And then I realized that I pretend I'm so busy, or I used to at least. I'm so busy. I can't get back to your messages, Mom, even though the entire time I'm in Israel, when I'm at your house, I am on the computer. So even in your adult stage, you're like, oh, yeah, I probably should be a little smoother about this, but everyone's going to be who they are.
Right.
Anyway, now in the 5 second, again, the garage just closed. My parents just got home. By the time I went the few feet to get inside the house, my parents are flipping out. Where the hell have you been? Blah, blah, blah. And I get it. It's 2 a.m. and this is your teenage kid. But where the fuck do you think I was? Doing something stupid, but now I'm home. So I was like, I was at 7-Eleven. You know how I'm always at 7-Eleven.
Love it.
And yep. All day and night, 24 hours.
I'm the mascot.
Yeah. So, and normally I wouldn't go at 2 a.m. This is a daytime activity.
Right. Sure.
Whatever. So my father goes, oh, yeah. And I'm like, ooh, I usually don't get challenged. I think he was so sick of being like, okay, now he's like, oh, who's stupid again? Me?
Right.
Now you're stupid. Let's get into it. And I'm like, fuck. So he goes, oh, yeah. Where's your Slurpee? And I go, God damn, Dad's paying attention. Okay.
He's all right. Good.
Fuck, he's paying attention. That's not good. Usually he's just like, they're almost done. Get out of here. Right. So I'm like, oh, and here's what's good about 7-Eleven. Sometimes their Slurpee machines aren't fully frozen and I walk out. Have to have a perfect Slurpee. Right. So I go, oh, they didn't have it. But dun, 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 I have this Diet Coke can that clearly I must have bought at 7-Eleven and totally not where I actually was. So he's like, what else did you get? I go, candy bar from there. And he's like, hey, take out the money in your pocket. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is very official.
Right.
And I take out the money and
even if it doesn't lead anywhere, it's very fun to do because I see you shaking.
Right. And I am a bad liar, but I'm trying to keep face because at this point, it just feels embarrassing to all of us. This is just, right. This is just like, we all know what's happening here. When do I let go of this? And I'm like, you know what? You're playing cool. I'm playing cool. We are the coolest cats on earth. Let's get this done.
And it's totally normal. By the way,
Right.
You wouldn't, you could, kids, Jesus Christ. Kids are so goofy. If you could tell when they're lying and telling the truth, because they're almost more indignant when they're telling the truth. It said, be like, here's the money, here's the thing, here's the fucking calculator. This is what are you doing to me?
Right.
You know, they go over the edge like it's their first day on earth and they're shocked at your attitude. But when they're obviously lying,
right?
The candy bar was a Kit Kat apple flavor. It's a new one. They've never had it before, and
also I wouldn't be like, yeah, that's a totally normal question. And
right.
Totally normally answer it. That
doesn't offend me.
You've never asked me what I bought in my life, and you're not concerned about what candy bar I'm interested in at the time. I was amazed you knew that I drink Slurpees, and I do that every day. So that's where we're at. And now you're so concerned about what's in my pocket. My dad has never said empty your pocket. Imagine your spouse comes in, empty your pocket. Well, here's a lot of trust. Okay. Totally normal. Everyone empties the pockets now. From now on, when we come into the house, we empty the pocket and we look at the contents. Okay. I believe I had 10, like a dime or something. Let's go with that. If my mouth is off, it's still going to be right for the story, right? So I have 10 cents in my pocket. And he's like, all right, get in the car. And I go, it's 2 a.m. That's totally normal. Let's get in the car. Yep. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, dad wants to go on a ride. This should end well. Okay. We get in the car. Are you
thinking he's not going to go to 7-Eleven?
My father is not the kind of person who would want to embarrass himself like this. We're now bringing it to the public. Right. So, it's kind of like saying I'm going to turn this car around, but we still have to go to this affair that you want to go to. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't make these plans. You did. So if you're going to turn the car around, you're going to have to make some phone calls. I'm just going to go to bed. So now, we're bringing it out to the public. I don't know what his plan is. Have you seen this kid? Like what, he doesn't want to have a daughter that he doesn't trust out in public. So I know he can't ask, but we're on the way to 7-Eleven. I know the way and we are on it. So something's about to happen. And, you kind of resolve that, if it comes out, whatever his plan is, if it comes out, I'm just going to have to be like, okay, I don't know how to make up the next lie. So I can't even do it as I'm in the car. I'm not good at it. So what I should have been doing in the car is once he finds out, let me tell him where I really was. And it should be something good. Nothing. I got nothing. I can't. Good for me. I don't know how to lie, but it's not helping me here. Okay. We go into the 7-Eleven. It happens to be a dude that I've seen a lot because I go there a lot, even though it's 2 a.m. But this it's not like we have a rapport. This guy has a million people coming in every day because it's 7-Eleven. But my father actually let me walk into the 7-Eleven first. I caught the guy's eye. He clearly saw the fear in my face. And I was like, is this dude with me now? Let's try it out. My father, this is how he decided to pull the shenanigans without showing people that he doesn't trust his daughter. What he did was casually walk around. And it turns out my dad's not a good liar either, because he did one of those like, these
what do I want?
And I'm like, oh boy, this is just as embarrassing as it would be.
Right.
So he's looking around. He's like, and he takes a Diet Coke can, just like I had from the refrigerator, holds it up. Nobody else is in there. Holds it up and goes, oh, excuse me. He almost said neither here nor there, like, excuse me, total casual question, sir. If I may interrupt you, you're doing nothing. How much is this? And the guy goes $1. And now we're playing the Price is Right somehow.
Right. And by the way, everybody knows the prices in New York City that lives in New York City.
Sure,
the price of a soda is $1.
But they can, yes. But, it could be like 125 or 90 cents somewhere. You know what I mean? So $1. Now I know, okay, I know what my dad's doing. And I had a dime in my pocket. So whatever he holds up next had to have cost me 90 cents. Okay.
Okay. No way it could have been old change from something else.
I don't remember the conversation, but based on the conversation of like, how much money did you have? How much money do you have now? We established that these things should cost this amount. Okay. So $1. And now I'm like, holy shit, I have no idea how much the candy that I said I bought costs at all. No idea. but I'm like, that's it. He goes, which candy? And I'm like, oh fucking hell. And I go, that one. And he holds it up again, very cash. I mean, Oscar award winning, whatever. Give him all of it. This is the official GOAT before Chappelle even knew what that meant. He's like, how much is let's say this thing. Now I'm in front of my dad with the eye line to the guy, and he looks at me, and I'm like, is this too obvious? But I'm gonna go for it anyway. I mouth 90 cents. I mouthed this to this guy who normally doesn't even understand that much English to begin with.
Right.
Now I'm mouthing words to him. Okay. And he goes, 90 cents. And I was like, holy shit. Wait, calm down, Hamda. We are not holy shitting. That was exactly how much it costs. And my father, poor guy, man, this is how you drive someone
That's
crazy.
gaslighting.
That is the most gaslighting shit on earth, because he knows I'm fucking lying. And any other time he could have caught me so much easier.
Right.
And he picked the one time where the whole universe is aligning for me. And holy shit. And he turns to me and he goes, okay, with the look on his face, like, I can't say anything. Let's go home. Went home, went to bed. Nobody talked about it ever again. I, you know, if we had a cool relationship now, I would absolutely bring it up. Like, I know people bring up to their adult parents once they have an actual good rapport. Like, you understand, I'm an adult now. I survived whatever stupid shit I did. Here's the stupid shit I did. Not all of it, because you really don't want to know, but here's some of it. I would love to tell that to my dad. Like, Dad, you're not crazy. That moment you were right. Every other moment you were right. I just had to lie to you. I went the next day to 7-Eleven to see if that guy's there to thank him.
Right.
And he was there. And I was like, dude, you saved my life. And he was like, oh my God, please don't talk to me. Like, he didn't say that. But like I said, we didn't have a rapport. This wasn't like a dude where I'm like, hey, what's up, Bob, again? You know, like, not at all. He was like, yeah, don't involve me anymore. He didn't say anything, but he was basically like, I think we're done here. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll take my Slurpee and leave. Goodbye. Thank you.
I remember being, you know, after I graduated, I would tell my parents when we're all together, some funny, goofy stories that, you know, you're an adult now, you have your own place, you can share them. And I remember sharing a story that I taped or glued everything on my mean art teacher's desk. I glued everything she had to her desk.
That's very funny.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
It's very funny.
She was a bad person.
Yeah.
My dad now has the story that they caught me gluing the desk, and my dad had a fight for me in court to keep me from going to jail from gluing things to the desk. And I'm like, why'd I say anything? Why'd I think you were human?
What actually happened?
Nothing. I glued it to the desk. I told kids, they laughed their balls off. That's it. Nobody figured it out. I go, oh, one day I did this to that mean teacher, speaking of which. And now it's a story that my dad stopped me from going to prison for it.
Wow. How did your father even find out?
Because I said
he was
it's
there.
just a funny story. Right. It's just a story I said at the dinner table.
Oh, as an adult.
As an adult. And then time goes by, and now it's a story where he had to fight with the judges on my behalf.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I can't. I was never able to share those fun stories.
Now imagine he did that with your story that you actually, like, there's a grain of truth to that story. And that grain is just, yes.
Did I glue things?
Yes.
Right.
You glued things.
Right.
And then the rest of it is a novel.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's the hero.
And he's the hero.
Yeah.
He's always the hero.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he left the priesthood, somehow that was heroic. Oh, because it was romantic, because he left for your mom.
Yes.
Warm, moist vagina all the way.
All right. BetterHelp. I use it. Believe me. And it works. Okay. 2021. Mental health is finally a thing. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Everybody's struggling right now. Okay. You're not feeling like your normal self. All right. Get some help. BetterHelp is customized online therapy. They offer video, phone, even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
And also, by the way, there's a huge feeling a lot of times where it's like, no, I'm doing everything right. somehow my life is unmanageable because all these fuck faces keep making their way into my life. Even for that, you can go to therapy. Like
Right.
you might be perfect. You're doing everything right. Somehow your life just doesn't feel as manageable as it could be with all the right that you're doing.
Mhm.
That's a topic for therapy. Trust me.
You know what? You can even go and make them find the problems. The first thing I complained about, I said, "Here's the group chat of me and my friends Adam and Craig. Who's the best meme sender? We can't figure it out." Yeah, and then from there they figure out your trauma.
Right, right. Make them tell you.
Yes, it's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in another 48 hours. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Keith and Girl listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/KTG. That's betterhelp.com/KTG. All right. Some people need it. I just saw this in the news. I don't know who these people are, but I know that our audience does. They're hip. Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik. Gigi's a model, I believe. Zayn is a singer. He's in trouble because apparently he smacked around her mom. Now, does that mean in the world we live in, his career is over or not?
How did you skip right to hitting her mom?
Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik have split following allegations that Zayn struck Gigi's mother during a disagreement. Zayn Malik said in a statement that he, quote, agreed to not contest claims arising from an argument I had with a family member of my partner's who entered our home while my partner was away several weeks ago.
Now, I don't know the Zayn person, but I doubt he says, "Oh, you entered the home. Welcome, my partner." Right. I don't know that sounds like words that fly out of your average person's face when they're speaking just regular.
It's a lot of words to say. Yeah, I punched her mom.
Right. Yeah. Even like, it's interesting that they said struck. They normally don't say struck. They normally said, closed fist or like very specific.
Yeah. So is that it? Is that it for this guy? Or not?
Not necessarily.
Nobody gives a shit, right?
No, they don't. No, it's so funny that we have.
I wasn't there.
We've cancel culture, but really, we're just saying what happened. You should cancel yourself for a minute. Right. What does that even mean? You're not. Oh, what is he? A singer? You're not always singing, right? Like, I don't know.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Does cancel mean
your support?
Does cancel mean arrested and put on trial for hitting someone, or does it just mean like I get time off of work?
Who knows? You gotta be in that world, I guess. Big news though that we can all relate to. Facebook, the company, has changed their name
to the Facebook.
They changed their name to Meta, META. Their logo is now the infinity symbol as opposed to the thumbs up sign. And Meta controls all their property. Now, Facebook itself, as you know it, the social platform, will still be called Facebook.
I see. Okay. But now the umbrella, yes, which is Facebook, Instagram,
Oculus, Instagram, all this stuff.
That's Meta. So Facebook is under the Meta umbrella.
Yes.
Okay.
And somehow they even admit it. Somehow this is supposed to give them a new, almost like starting over, when these celebrities change their name. Puff Daddy's like, oh, did I shoot somebody? That was Puff Daddy. I'm P. Diddy. You just change your name and you hope for the best. It sounds like that's what they're doing. They're admitting that they're doing it. And now we're going to like Facebook again, I assume, because they changed their umbrella name to Meta, which stands for Metaverse, which centers around VR stuff mostly, it sounds like.
Okay. Meta means dead in Hebrew.
Oh, okay. Well,
I would say I'm like ani meta, I'm dead. Oh. Like, oh, that's so funny, I'm dead. Or
that's what
like
people say
I'm
on Facebook,
dead.
though. You see like a kid saying hi and then flopping over on the ground. You're like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Smiley face. So, all right, maybe it fits. It comes as the company is ensnarled in controversy relating to the whistleblower Francis Wagan and her leaked documents. But, JFOD says she works for the CIA. So we'll see.
But JFOD doesn't know what he's talking about always, and we do not stand behind all the words that JFOD said and know that he is a totally separate person who is just talking.
Facebook staff have reported for years that they are concerned about the company's failure to police hate speech. Facebook's algorithms flooded users with extremist content and conspiracy theories based on their political beliefs. Facebook executives knew 32% of girls said Instagram made their insecurities worse, but continues to add beauty editing filters to the app. Instagram bombards those. Facebook owns Instagram, of course. Instagram bombards those who suffer from eating disorders with images and videos of exceedingly thin females and others afflicted with anorexia. These are some of the complaints. Facebook executives knew it was becoming less popular among young people, but shielded the numbers from investors. Staff failed to anticipate the disastrous January 6th Capitol riot, despite monitoring a range of individual right-wing accounts. So they saw that this bullshit was going out there and kept it out there. Apple threatened to remove the app from the App Store over how it failed to police the trafficking of maids in the Philippines. I didn't even know it. You got to change your name after you do that.
What does that mean?
So they were monitoring Facebook activities and saw that there was apparently maid trafficking in the Philippines, and they ignored it because it's just people using their computers.
Yikes.
Mark Zuckerberg personally agreed to requests from Vietnam's ruling Communist Party to censor anti-government dissidents. Well, you can't be doing that. He's got to change his personal name too.
Oh my God. As soon as I have to answer to this stuff, I am retiring. What?
Yeah, goodbye.
Holy shit. That is,
maids, you're kidding me. I quit. I didn't know about maids. Goodbye.
Yeah. I get that adulthood has responsibility. I am out. I think I have enough money. Goodbye.
Facebook ignored or delayed suggestions from its own experts on how to act to curb anti-vaccine misinformation that spread on its platform. Mark Zuckerberg has come under fire for public comments about the company that are often at odds with internal messaging. You get the point. So they said, change our main name and we'll all forgive and forget. Maybe it's something as simple and stupid as in court, they go, Facebook, you did that. Like, are you speaking Meta or Facebook? Facebook couldn't even, that's more a Meta jab. Let me bring in Jill. Jill's been in charge of Meta for 2 days. Jill, tell us about Meta, which is a 2-day-old company, please.
Welcome to Chemda and the Boy. Everything we said before this means nothing.
And I don't know if I've seen Mark Zuckerberg talk before. I know I've saw him being a nervous Nelly in like a congressional hearing. So I'm like, is this guy just a deer in the headlights because he's nervous? I saw him make this Meta announcement. He's a robot. He's augmented reality. This guy is so awkward. And, I get it. Maybe his, autism. And so he's real smart in computers. But I don't like this
I feel
guy.
like it's the same as Elon Musk being on SNL. You don't get all the things. You are super smart. You don't get the charisma that these other idiots get. We get to talk and make some people laugh, but we might not retain as much information as everybody else. Like it's when you have that much programming and logic and that kind of stuff running through your veins, I don't know that you have that thing that you need for having like, I don't want to call them asinine conversations, but like the light, stupid, charismatic, everything is whatever, you want to speak like with facts and information like you have.
But it's funny when they try to be people.
You have to try, right? Because people expect you to be a human.
No, because you can't do it. Hello, fellow humans. What's exciting about Meta and Facebook is that now you have all your things under one umbrella. What do I give a fuck? You have all my shit under one umbrella as it is. Everything. I just saw my furniture brought to you by Facebook. This means nothing. This is goofy. And by the way, okay, here's a would you rather. Would you rather find your partner covered in shit from an airplane? Right?
Okay.
Or find out that they're just a regular person, but really excited about the new name Meta and the changes it'll bring to social media. I'd rather have this shit, to be honest. It'd take 2 months to get over, but okay.
Because that's not their fault.
Yeah. That's not their fault in the end.
No control.
Yeah. And shit on themselves. But you're excited about Meta. Fuck your husband's friends. It's cool. That is the dumbest fucking thing. What kind of person got excited about this?
I love that always the worst thing that could happen to you personally is your girlfriend fucking your friends.
Right. Because I did something so egregiously dumb, like love the idea of Meta being the new Facebook. Then yeah.
You can't even argue. You're like, well, obviously you're gonna fuck my friends now. Like
I go, I'm excited about this change. And she picks up the phone. I'm calling Adam. I'm like, oh, God damn it.
I deserve this.
I do deserve it. That's the dumbest shit I've ever thought. Oh,
There's going to be
won't be
very
maid
weird
trafficking anymore because it's Meta. What the fuck?
It sounds deep.
And you may have saw this online as he's given this stimulating speech about VR. And by the way, I have VR. He sure does make VR look fucking stupid. You know, how they make VR is they take your real walls and then they make them Matrix looking and they go, VR, how exciting that'll come to you. Anyway, he's making this announcement. On his bookshelf behind him is Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce used as a book stop.
What do you mean?
So just like there's a bookshelf behind them and just on the shelf is Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. It's just funny. He's just like us in the end. Is that his way? Like, do robots make mistakes like that? Did he really just use it there as a bookend? Was he eating in that room and just put it there? Or is it a trick to be like, look, I'm like you. Okay, there's sauce in this room. Okay.
I imagine that with a big or seemingly big launch or change or announcement that he's got PR people checking the words he's about to say and the stuff behind him. Like, we clearly don't have PR with Keith's stupid guitar and some fucking flag in the shape of a star and
it's the best way to see
DVDs
a flag
behind him. I don't know. I'm in a closet. So I have a feeling if we had some representation, they might make some changes.
Right. So is he like, don't worry about it. It's a trick. It shows I'm a person.
I don't think he's thinking about it. I think if he's saying, don't worry about it. Yeah. You know, maybe this is,
put my shampoo in the fridge and take a picture. I'm frazzled too, like all of us. Our mission remains the same. He won and zeroed. What? It's all about bringing people together. Now we have a new North Star to help bring the metaverse to life. They changed the name for some legal reasons we'll figure out later. And now they have a new North. And then you work for Facebook and you got to be like, you got to clap in the auditorium. You're all excited about the new North Star news.
Yeah, but I bet the salmon in their cafeteria is really good.
It's good and it's not real work. It's just a shame you got to do that. Oh, Meta. Shirts are available on the outside that we demand you wear in public. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Lemon sauce on the salmon, possibly. Maybe like a pesto-y, lemony something, butter.
He added that the word meta means beyond in Greek and symbolizes that there is always more to build and always a next chapter in the story. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes.
Oh, that's what it is.
Team.
That's what it is in Greece. And across the pond, it means dead.
I almost worked for Twitter and I'm like, what's your North Star? They're like, what? I'm like, there's no vision here. Goodbye.
Oh, imagine you in corporate America. Every meeting would end in, huh? Did you just say something or did we just eat bagels for no reason?
It'd be tough you're in an I picture like it's like an iPod announcement. You get everybody, together and you're like Meta and it's just like, you're kidding me. Like, it'd be real hard not to burst that out. Oh my God. And like they go, and now here's our logo, but I'm like, I work here. I saw the logo driving in and they, take down a curtain. And like,
oh, did somebody get paid to do that?
I finished in my pants, There's no way
Oh,
you
it's like they're revealing the new god. And here he is, bigger dick.
Oh, okay. Fascinating stuff. We heard about this in the paper a month ago. All right. Let's see here. What do I want to tell you? I saw the new James Bond movie, No Time
right.
to Die.
Spoiler alert. Time
Spoiler.
to fast forward. This is going to be the last subject of this episode, right?
That's fair. Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay. So we are allowed to say all the spoilers starting now.
James Bond is in this one as well.
Oh,
And he is.
I like that you're giving people time to like fuddle with their device. Like,
Right.
oh, it's really going to be who died? And
He is-
starting now.
Okay. So this 007, it's, going in that it's this guy's last 007 movie. What's his name? Daniel Craig. But you don't know how they're going to end it. What bothers me about movies like this, I get you want to stay in the 007 world, but I don't. But you're also working in the real world, supposedly. You don't have to be so. What's it called? Just so you can spread out. 007 is in love with the main bad guy, Blofeld's daughter from Spectre, the evil organization. Really? You can't tie this guy down, but the one he really settled with happens to be the daughter of the most evil person. It's like Darth Vader being Luke's father, and then the new Darth Vader happens to be Han Solo's father, and all the friends have nobody to fuck but each other. Get out! Get outside!
By the way, is this age appropriate? Why is it someone's daughter? Why are we?
It's it's Hollywood age appropriate.
So 20-year difference only?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Mhm.
And also 007, after you shoot people and there's time, instead of making quips, check if they're dead, because all your people come back. And I'm supposed to know who the fuck they are. They're like, remember this guy from 4 movies ago? No! There's 25 of these movies. I don't remember the one guy you decided to bring back. And this other guy from Half a Sentence that got shot, supposedly.
Now, I don't want to pre-ruin this because you already went to see it. Did you like any of the 007s or did you like one for a while?
I
love
loved
time.
GoldenEye. Who doesn't love that? Pierce Brosnan era, I think I loved.
How long ago? How many decades is that?
It's our lifetime. Thank you very much.
We've lived over 4 decades. So yes,
Wow.
a lot of things are in our lifetime, including movies, and most of them.
Well, this one was a yawn. This 007, by the way, a real alcoholic. And I think they're just throwing in stuff so you remember like why you like James Bond. He drank a lot. That's cool. He's in the middle of a fight. Then him and the new girl he's running around with, he pours them shots, drinks them, and then back to the fight. Like this guy really, it's like when you play pool and you think that you're better when you're drunk. You're like, I aim better. Maybe that's what James Bond is doing. Like, I got to shoot eyeballs from 50 yards away. I think I can use a shot.
Or
Mhm.
that was just a sponsor ad.
That's true. He's like,
That's
Yes.
it. That's it. Excuse me one moment. There's always time for.
Patron, right?
Yeah.
Drink it at your leisure. I'm in a hurry. Well, so at the end of the movie, he gets stuck in this. He's in one of those, giant evil layers.
Of course. And they slowly lower him down into lava. But then.
Well, what they do is they ended up the bad guy. He dies, but as he's dying, the whole there's giant doors everywhere, and those all close and lock him in.
Mhm.
But there's a misunderstanding
Oh,
because the government is sending over planes to blow up that person's house that controls all the drugs that are going to kill everybody.
Of course.
James Bond is on the phone with his girlfriend. They work things out, and goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to escape this one." He really gave up quick. He gets. Let me tell you something about this 7-hour-long movie. He escapes everything. This guy is the king of escaping shit. And he's looking around a room with furniture and things. It's furnished is my point. There might be something you can take apart. He's half MacGyver. And he just looks around like, nope, that door's locked too. This is it, honey. And then he blows up. and that's how they ended it.
Oh.
But yeah, he does not try too hard. The guy in Deliverance tried harder. Let me put it that way. He's like,
wow.
I can't.
You know what I think it is? You don't want to see 007 going like, there's got to be a way out. Like his last moments are like, but I always find a way out. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, he was just standing there. He's like, here come the bombs. And bombs
are I'm about to die.
And they show him blow up. They show like, but you know, these airplane bombs come behind him and it's come and then it gets him and then the whole screen, explodes. But yeah, he was real cool. He stared right at me. He's like, whatever.
Right. That's how you want your 007, I assume, to go with a martini and a smile.
Right.
Hair's looking at you, kid.
Right. There's no keys hidden anywhere. There's not something you can do.
When it's your time, it's your time. And it's always time for Patron.
I remember seeing the Equalizer. It was Denzel Washington. And Kendra might have saw this with me. We were on the Film Nerd show, I think. And maybe this is our assignment, I believe. But anyway, at the end of the movie, it's Denzel Washington against the gang. They're in, I think, a hardware store so they can use all the tools.
It was like a big Home Depot sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he just turns around, he's shooting people, turning corners and all that. Happens to, the main guy's the last guy. It's just the way it worked out. Shoots him. And then he puts the gun away and he starts, whistling and skipping out. How do you know that's the end of it? And I laughed. What was I doing? Oh, then we were. So this was in LA. I'm back in New York, and I was leaving the movie theater, a different movie, and I happened to see my barber there. And I go, "Oh, hey, what'd you see?" And he goes, "That movie." And he goes, "That fucking badass. What do you think?" I'm like, "Oh, just funny that he knew everybody was dead and wasn't even worried." And he goes. The barber goes, sometimes it be like that. Like, oh, okay, killer. Sometimes you just feel you killed them all. I'm like, all right, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, you want your tough guy lead actor to be the cool cucumber, to know everything that's coming, to be able to shoot only the enemy in the dark. No, like, what do you call it when you
fire?
Yeah, no friendly fire in any of these movies. Oh shit, it was dark in here. Fuck.
Yeah.
No, you know exactly where to aim. Exactly like you suddenly hear like click click. Oh,
yeah.
That's the bad guy. Don't worry. Only bad guys move like that in the dark in a fucking warehouse of the Home Depot.
Yeah.
And by the way, we weren't supposed to think it was the Home Depot because clearly they didn't pay for this ad, but everyone's wearing like orange things from what I remember, which is so funny. What's the name of this movie? Because
The Equalizer.
I saw The Equalizer.
I believe so.
I do remember that last scene, and it's supposed to be this big grandiose, like, like you said, they left the space for different guns and left the space for different like if I shoot this then this falls down, and like there's like an obstacle course that we're supposed to go through as they're killing people, and it was still like, oh, okay, I still hate going to Home Depot. Interesting.
So if you see Queen Latifah doing the TV series now and you're like, this isn't realistic, don't worry, it never was.
But if it's Queen Latifah, you should watch it.
I tried. All right, let me mention this. Are you not a Keith and the Girl VIP member? Well, come on, man, get your shit together. Right, let me try this again. Dear listener, we really want you to hear the special bonus behind the scenes episodes that we record. So if you can, get your shit together. Look, if you're not a VIP, try it for free. We promise you'll love it. And if you don't, you can just cancel it. But it's a trick because we know you'll love it. All right. So don't just be an IP, be a Keith and the Girl VIP. Go to keithandthegirl.com/VIP. That's keithandthegirl.com/VIP. Use code free trial. One word, free trial. Get your first week free. Check out Daddy Issues with my brother. Check out Henda's show. What's My Name? Where it's a straight interview show. Check out Newsy. That's been a lot of fun. Check out the Moros doing the last week wrap-ups. That's fun. Diamond Dog's Halloween special is coming up. Of course, you know that, though. That's probably on your calendar. So free trial, free trial, one word at keithandthegirl.com/VIP.
He's saying the words free trial. He just has a little speech impediment. It's fine. Have a good day. Bye.